Squad destroyed by hostile action. MTC suspended.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout mode beta, Jesus Christ what a mouthful, has been running since Friday and ends tomorrow morning, or September 17th for anybody watching later. When Treyarch announced a Battle Royale mode was coming to Black Ops, my eyes rolled so hard it's amazing they didn't explode out the back of my head and fly into orbit. So when I saw there was a beta about to run, my curiosity beat out my open disdain, but just by a little bit. Call of Duty isn't my kind of shooter, and the Battle Royale concept has been shoehorned into so many titles now that its spread isn't so dissimilar to the zombies in Black Ops 4's most popular mode. So does this reanimated husk of content deliver gameplay that's going to meaningfully sap the player base from the unstoppable titan that is Fortnite? Maybe. Right out of the gate, I'd be remiss not to point out that this is a beta, so it's possible for specific elements to change, but the full release is less than a month away, so I'd say it's pretty unlikely. The quickest discovery I made about Blackout is that I suck tremendously at it.
Squad destroyed by hostile action.
So keep in mind that players who perform at a higher level may walk away with a different impression. But for anyone who isn't a regular to the franchise like me and doesn't spend a great deal of time playing Twitch shooters, then your starting experience with the mode will probably be a lot like mine. My snap judgment of the gameplay is that it is much more PUBG than it is Fortnite or Realm Royale, except without buggy animations and with much tighter gunplay, as you'd probably expect. Even if it isn't their cup of tea, I don't think anyone would ever accuse Call of Duty of having sloppy or unresponsive controls, and the same fantastic feel of firing a weapon and sinking bullets into your target is here from the other titles in the franchise. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this any further because it hasn't changed significantly in any way from previous titles. It's great, and that's all there is to it. What is new in this game, and different from other Battle Royales, is the inclusion of pickups that offer a variety of buffs on cooldown, and of secondary tools and equipment that serve different purposes. There are pretty standard power-ups, like ones that increase your speed and another that increases your healing, and then more purpose-driven offerings like increasing your ability to hear enemy footsteps or detect their placed equipment. This equipment includes things like the trophy system from the main game that will shoot throwable grenades and molotovs out of the air, a sensor dart that allows you to see nearby enemies through the walls, and a grapple gun that allows you to quickly get over impassable terrain or up to rooftops. I don't have much good footage for some of these in use, but I got particularly good results from using the grapple gun to reach the roof of a structure an enemy team was in. They were caught by laughably obvious surprise at me coming down the stairs instead of through a window, and I was able to get my one and only triple kill because of it. There is a lot of stuff for you to pick up as you play, and I think these items are likely to be expanded as a way to keep the mode going strong after release. There is a pretty solid range of weaponry for you to equip, and all the major food groups are present. Pistols, SMGs, shotguns, rifles, LMGs, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, and rocket launchers are all available in differing rates, and all the traditional weapons come with up to 5 attachment slots so that you can upgrade them as the map gets smaller and smaller. The best of the best will of course come from supply drops, a returning genre staple. The only distinguishable system I was able to see that sets weapon qualities apart is that very, very rarely I would come across a weapon with an orange glow to it. These are usually specialty weapons like a unique 50 cal sniper or grenade launcher, but sometimes they're baseline weapons fully stocked with all 5 attachments. Either way, they are stupid strong in general, and if you see them you should definitely take the time to pick them up. The map you drop in on is truly sprawling, much larger than Fortnite's and probably shoulder to shoulder with the first PUBG region. To help you get around it, there are vehicles peppered liberally all over the damn place. Most commonly you'll see a military truck or ATV, but I've seen teams in helicopters flying above me, so I probably haven't seen everything yet. The map has different regions as expected, which are each far more interesting than other Royale games have given. There are more hubs than usual that serve as viable drop points to pick up some good early game gear, much like Military Island or the school did for PUBG. I particularly favored the hydro dam and the construction site, although you will probably get some immediate competition. The beta had 4 different modes available. First were your standard solo, duo, and 4-man squad modes that all the other games have too, but on the second day there was a new brawl mode available that quickly became my favorite to play. Brawl drops everyone in teams of 2 onto the same map as the others, but limits the available weapons to just shotguns and SMGs. It fosters a much more close-range, tactical style of play that I enjoyed much more than the standard gameplay, although I definitely enjoyed playing on all of them. I think that the primary reason I found that mode so much more appealing was because of the very obvious drawbacks that come from melding specifically Call of Duty with this genre. The time it takes to kill a player is obscenely low, just like it is in every other COD game. The main reason I traditionally stay away from them, and also the source of my initial misgivings about this mode being introduced to the series. In other royale games, if you take fire from an unknown source, you normally have time to ascertain the direction of incoming fire and respond. For the most part, this chance to get a grip with your situation isn't present in Blackout. If you get spotted out of cover and someone with a rifle sees you, you're just fucked. This is mitigated somewhat by the effectiveness of looted body armor, but that fades quickly, and unless you have the very rare tier 3 armor, it doesn't protect against headshots. This is all made far, far worse by being a first-person perspective, because your ability to detect threats around you is very limited compared to third-person titles. This sense of danger and potential lack of situational awareness has an immediately obvious effect on the way people play the game. Players who land in the middle of the map and get their hands on a decent scope and rifle, both of which are pretty common, are going to be served very well by just staying put with no incentive to move, while players on the outside are going to tend to hide in buildings until the circle forces them to run and hide in another one. As a result, a great deal of the combat is either of pushing enemies sitting in a fortified position, or just being killed while running across a field or swimming across a river. I saw this from other players' streams and also from my own games, time and time again, and while it may simply be directly inherited from the genre itself, it hinders the overall enjoyability of the mode and the tone it impresses on players. I think Treyarch recognized this as an immediate problem, and that's why they created Brawl Mode, which dramatically decreases the likelihood of you just being killed instantly and never knowing who killed you or where they shot you from. I'm grateful that they provided an answer to this problem. It's not a perfect one, but it's much better than nothing. After playing a pretty solid amount of hours over the last couple days, I can say that I had much more fun with this mode than I thought I would. I fully expected to download the beta and then trash talk it all through this video, but aside from some small qualms, I think it's a pretty decent mode that has some real potential depending on the type of support it receives from the devs over time. Is it enough for you to buy the game? I don't know. Black Ops 4 hasn't been free of controversy with its decision to essentially replace a single-player campaign with this Battle Royale mode. Many people are upset about that. Strangely enough though, I find myself on the fence with this one after giving the previous 4 or 5 titles a pass, even after the removal of the campaign. The new strategy they are taking with the zombies mode seems pretty interesting to me, and with the addition of Blackout mode, I think there is a pretty sizable chunk of fun content to devour for a group of like-minded friends, especially because finally, after so many broken promises, PC is getting dedicated servers for multiplayer. The sanctimonious naysayer in me is appalled for considering it, while the rampant maniac is screaming to just get in there and tear shit up. Which way it lands is a toss-up, so I guess we'll just have to see. I wouldn't pre-order the game. Game pre-orders are never good practice. Take that to heart. Just wait and see what release looks like before you make your decision. Hopefully this video helped inform that decision, even just a little bit. For those who frequent the channel, I know I haven't posted in a couple weeks. WoW got its goddamn hooks in me again, even though I promised myself so many times that it would never happen again. Oh well, whatever. I have a Spider-Man video coming for you this week, and then we all have a shit ton to be excited for between Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Red Dead Redemption 2, of which I promise to be a good channel and make lots of stuff for you. If you're new and just stumbled on this video, it helps a ton if you subscribe, so if you enjoyed this or want to see more, make sure that you do. Either way, thanks for taking a shot on a small channel. Your time is valuable and I certainly appreciate it. If anyone has any thoughts or requests aside from what I've mentioned, I'd love to hear about them, so make sure you tell me. Discussion on the Black Ops beta is especially encouraged. I want to know what y'all think of this because I'm still processing it myself. Thank you all for watching, and as always, take it easy till next time.